We must really rely on our strength so that we can also be respected in the international community and to benefit from our resources and the resources of the world. When others come to bargain with us, we must bargain with some level of strength. We should not discuss, negotiate with the poverty mentality as if we are begging. We cannot be a beggar in the international community when we have resources. We must have leverage and even bring them to the point they can beg us. It's possible. It's possible. It depends how you are approaching it. I have been there. You gave me a chance more than 10 years to be a Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. And before that, SWAPO gave me a chance to be a chief representative. So I can say a lot how the international community works. And we need to understand it. I'm sure many of you who have been following me from 2022, when I was appealing to party members as well as to the nation in 2024 to give me this responsibility, I have been emphasizing on the important role the private sector can play in our economy. And I've been always making it very clear that the government will continue to work with the private sector to see to it that together we provide the quality service to our people to take them out of poverty that we know the majority are still languishing in poverty in our country. And for us who are in this room, we must have a responsibility to make our contribution. It does not matter how small it is. They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Do what little you can do. The persistent socio-economic challenges facing our country, the unemployment, inequality, remain the greatest test since our independence. The theme of our engagement today, the public-private dialogue to drive decent and sustainable job creation, enhancing Namibia's competitiveness. How can I be a proud Namibian when I travel all over the world and when the statistics are being read, you are told 44.4% of a Namibian young person is unemployed. Would you really want to listen to that? Me, I don't want to. And I believe no one wants to. So those statistics, those data that are available, local and international, must be a motivating factor to each and every Namibian who has the capacity, who has been empowered, who has been put in that position in order to bring others up. It is possible. Our history reminds us that Namibia has never been defined by adversary, but by our ability to overcome it. From the liberation struggle to nationhood, we have always proven that unity and determination can turn impossibility into progress. We faced, that's history, we faced the strongest army in the continent at the time. Why can't we face this threat of poverty, unemployment, and hunger in our country and to overcome? The faces I'm seeing, you can do that. Just pick it up. When I assumed office on the 21st March this year, I made a firm commitment to lead a government that rejects business as usual. And I want to move this from the government to the nation. I want to lead a nation that rejects business as usual. And it's you who can help me to achieve. We are ushering into a new era of decisive, efficient, and result-driven governance, an era that honors the sacrifice of those who fought for Namibia we are enjoying today. This calls for all of us, public and the private sector, to embrace collaboration and act with agency. I underline the word agency. You might recall that we recently launched NDP 6, anchored in the theme fostering economic growth, inclusiveness, and resilience for sustainable development. NDP 6 maps the pathway to achieving Vision 2030. We have only 4 years to go to 2030. Transforming Namibia into truly industrialized and a prosperous nation. Yes, we might have lagged behind in some of the elements as articulated in Vision 2030. But I strongly believe if all of us as a nation, we take Vision 2030 as now being finalized by NDP 6, as part and parcel of our planning, we might achieve what we thought we could not achieve because of so many challenges that we have faced over the years during the period of 2030. Our goal is bold, yet achievable. To create 500,000 jobs over the next 5 years. Now 7 months have gone after the 5 years, and I want us to make an assessment as to how many we have created. I know through the National Youth Fund, where we have so far supported the 42 projects, the plan is they are going to create 135 jobs. But there are some other initiatives, both in the private sector, that might have also added 1 or 2 jobs. Because while job creation should not be solely a responsibility of the government. The government's responsibility is to create an environment in which business can grow and hire. This includes removing barriers, cutting red tapes, and ensuring that enterprises thrive. And that is why in my address to the nation, which is called the maiden address to the nation, I called on the Namibian people to submit to the government which policies, which laws you think are hindrance to our economic development. I hope you have responded, because now as a government, we are seriously looking into your submission, as we would really want, as we are getting to the next year of the second year of our administration, we must have addressed those challenges. We have identified our priority areas. And I'm going to repeat these priority areas at every opportunity I get. And I'm doing it with a purpose, because I want to implant it in the minds of each and every Namibian. I don't want you to forget this. Whether you are in the public, whether you are in the private sector, I want this to be in your mind, that as a nation, that is what we want to achieve. Our priority include with agriculture, top in the agenda. No one who is sitting here who has not today benefit from agriculture. You all had your breakfast. You are all putting on dresses. They are all coming from agriculture. You have your shoes, you have your bags. They are all coming from agriculture. Sports, another critical area. It works on the mental well-being of our people, psychologically, physically, and that will make them to be productive citizens of our country. Youth empowerment. The majority of our population are young people, and everything we do is around the young person, and that's why they have to come out. Health, education. You need an educated nation. You need a health nation that has to be productive. We talk about land, housing, and sanitation. All these are the important elements, and they are fitting in each and every enterprise, and also creative industry. Who is not a beneficiary of creative industry? Who designed my dress I'm putting on? It's a result of creative industry, and all of you. Creative industry have a sense of innovation, and that is where we can get innovators who can even go into digital space. And that's why, for us, we found it's a very important sector. Now, to drive these priorities, we have what we are calling enablers. These enablers, we deliberately start with mining, because over the years, Namibia is known to be a mineral-based economy. And it is true, strategic minerals continue to be discovered in our country. And we must make use of them in the best interest of our people. Energy, you cannot industrialize if you don't have energy. The same goes to water. And agriculture is both a priority area and an enabler. And that's why we have to take it very serious. Tourism, our biodiversity, has made us to be competitive in as far as tourism is concerned. Fisheries, our waters, which we recognize it early in the days of our struggle. I've been saying this internationally, that when people are now talking about blue economy, if it's something new, we in Namibia, and that is why we have always been defining the blue color in the SWAPO flag as the blue water of the Atlantic Ocean and the resources that are in that ocean. That's how we have been defining it during the struggle. The blue economy, they cannot teach us, we know it. It's the blue economy. And then oil and gas, since in the 70s, in the 60s, we were hearing oil has been found in Namibia. I think in independence, there was a time when a small bottle was shown that oil is found. And then it was like dying. But now we are told it is here. So we have to add it as an enabler. Infrastructure development, you can't do anything if you are not developing your infrastructures. Both tangible and intangible. The roads, the airports, the harbor, telecommunication, all these are the infrastructure that you need. And transport and logistics, we have already set ourselves to be a logistic hub in the region. So therefore, these are the things we must know at all the time. And these are the building block for Namibia that stands on, that will enable Namibia to stand on her feet, resilience, industrial, and confident in its dealings in the international community. We are part and parcel of the global village. We cannot deny that. But we must really rely on our strength so that we can also be respected in the international community and to benefit from our resources and the resources of the world. When others come to bargain with us, we must bargain with some level of strength. We should not discuss, negotiate with the poverty mentality as if we are begging. We cannot be a beggar in the international community when we have resources. We must have leverage and even bring them to the point they can beg us. It's possible, it depends how you are approaching it. I have been there. You gave me a chance, more than 10 years, to be a Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. And before that, SWAPO gave me a chance to be a chief representative. So I can say a lot how the international community works. And we need to understand it. Don't be bullied with your own resources. My message to you is clear. Government needs you, and you also need the government. Namibia needs you, and you need Namibia. So therefore, let us work together to confront the challenges that stand between us and the prosperity. Over the next 2 days, when the organizers were organizing this event, they came to me and they say, President, you have a leeway to have it for a day or for 2 days. Which one you pick? I say, I don't want half work. I don't want half work. I'm ready to put aside and the budget. You have to budget even your time. And budget my time of 2 days to dedicate it to this event. So don't worry about me. I have budgeted for 2 days to be with you in this engagement because I want real outcome. So, therefore, over the next 2 days, I urge you to bring forward your best ideas in the boldest possible proposals and the boldest proposal to drive sustainable economic growth of our people. we are going to discuss within the four corners of this room. And please, don't please me. Make me angry if that is the way for us to break the ceiling to reach prosperity in our country. I don't want anybody who wants to read my mind as to what I want to be said. Just read my mind that I want to serve the Namibian people to the best of my ability, take them out of poverty, create jobs and prosperity in this country. So therefore, I want all of us really to make sure that we are opening our minds and do what is best for our people. Over the next 2 days, let us engage with unity of purpose, with one heart, one mind. Be honest and be solution driver. I call upon all institutions presented here to document your ideas carefully and ensure that the outcomes of this dialogue are translated into concrete and timely action for prosperity in our country. I thank all those who agreed to make presentations. And I'm sure you must have prepared yourself well. We are here to engage you, and we are here to shape the destiny of our people. Together, let us write the next chapter of Namibia's success. One defined not by what divides us, but what unites us. Now it seems I've spoken outside the conference. I should have declared the conference open before I started. Now imagine I have already opened the conference, so that all what I have said is part of the conference. So it's my honor and privilege to declare the Namibia Public-Private Forum officially open. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for the executive mother. We are indeed led, as we're reminded, of course, by our executive mother, that this is a gathering of purpose. That's what we're going to be focusing on. And basically, in not many words, she has said that we are here to work.
Indeed, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that journey starts today. To share more on the background of the Namibia Public-Private Forum and expand on the forum's purpose of turning possibility into progress, as we've just been reminded by our head of state, please join me in welcoming the chairperson of the Coordinating Committee and the Chief Executive Officer of the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, Ms. Nangula Wanja.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa.